Hello friends and welcome back. So today we will discuss about waterfall model, which is one of the oldest and most traditional approaches to software development. So without wasting any time, grab a notepad and let's begin. If you are familiar with software development, you have probably heard of this model before. It's called the waterfall model because just like a waterfall, the project flows down in a strict sequence, one phase after another. The waterfall model follows a linear sequential approach, meaning each phase must be completed before the next one can begin. This model has been around for decades, and although it's simple and easy to understand, it's also rigid and doesn't allow for much flexibility once you're deep into the process. Now let's talk about how the waterfall model works. The process is split into different phases and each one leads to the next without any overlap. The flow of the process is strictly linear. Each phase happens in a set order with no room to go back once a phase is completed. And some of the phases of waterfall model are requirement gathering and analysis. This is the first phase where all the requirements for the system are gathered and documented in detail. The goal is to understand what the stakeholders need from the system, such as features, functionalities, and system specifications. Next phase is system design. In this phase, the gathered requirements are used to design the system, which includes figuring out the hardware, software, and overall architecture. Then implementation. After design, the development team begins coding the system. This is done in small units and each unit is tested for functionality before moving to the next. Next phase is integration and testing. Once all the units are developed, they are integrated into a system. The whole system is then tested for bugs, errors or failures. After testing, the software is deployed in the customer's environment or released to the market. Sometimes the deployment phase also involves preparing user manuals, training materials, and providing initial user support. And the final phase is maintenance. After deployment, any issues that arise are addressed through maintenance, which may involve bug fixes or product enhancements. Over time, the system may be updated with new versions based on changing user requirements, right? So we can see that waterfall model is simple and straightforward, but it's designed to be used in projects where the requirements are well defined and understood from the start, right? Not every project should use waterfall model. It's most effective in certain situations like when we have clear and well documented requirements. If you know exactly what you want and the requirements are not likely to change, then waterfall model can be a great fit for you. Stable product definitions. If the product's features and scope are unlikely to change during the project, waterfall is a good approach. Understanding of technology. When you are working with technology that is stable and not evolving rapidly, the waterfall model makes sense. And for short-term projects, for small projects with well understood requirements, waterfall's linear approach can be very efficient. But for more complex or long-term projects where the requirements might change as the work progresses, waterfall can be very rigid, right? What are some advantages of waterfall model? First is simplicity. The model is straightforward and easy to understand. You can visualize the entire process from start to finish. Easy to manage. Because of its rigid structure, each phase has clearly defined deliverables and review processes, making it easy to manage and track. Clear milestones. Waterfall's phases are well defined and progress can be measured at each stage, making it easy to plan and assess the project. Good for smaller projects. If the requirements are clear and stable, the waterfall model works well for smaller projects. where you know what needs to be done from the start. Now let's look at the disadvantages of the waterfall model. With waterfall model, you don't get a working product until the end of the cycle, which can be problematic if changes needs to be made along the way, right? Waterfall model doesn't handle changes well. If the requirements change midway through the project, you might end up wasting time and resources. The process is rigid and doesn't allow for adjustments once you are in the later stages. For projects with complex or evolving requirements, waterfall model can be inefficient and problematic. It doesn't handle uncertainty very well, which can lead to big issues down the road, right? There can be integration issues. With waterfall model, integration is done at the end of the process, which means that if there are issues or bottlenecks in the system, they are discovered later in the cycle, right? So if your project is well defined and the requirements are unlikely to change, the waterfall model can be a great approach. But for larger, more complex projects where flexibility is needed, agile or other more iterative models might be better fit, right? And we will discuss about these other software development models in some other video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for regular such videos. Consider joining me on LinkedIn. See you soon with another topic, another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.